All right, moving on. The name Craig Heggs is synonymous with the St. Louis Junior Blues, who took off under his guidance in the early 1990s. I know we got a bunch of the players who played for Craig Heggs. I think got a table right here, right? Andy Croak and Company. There we go. After enjoying a college career at the great Northern Arizona University, a hand injury ended his playing career but opened the door to coaching. Matt Buha would add him as an assistant to his Junior Blues coaching staff, and eventually, a short time later, after Buha stepped down, Hall of Famer Jim Joe Sr. would ask him to take over the program, where he'd lead the Junior Blues to a league title as well as a national tournament appearance in 1994. This is in addition to moving several players on to higher levels of junior hockey. Heggs would move on to coach Junior A hockey with the Danville Wings before becoming the first non-alumni to be named head coach of the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. There he'd take the program to an impressive 82-39 record over 4 seasons, which included several league titles, as well as being the NCAA runner-up in 1998. Heggs would be inducted into the Wisconsin-Stevens Point Hall of Fame in 2003, and tonight he goes into the St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame. Please welcome Craig Heggs.
Oh, yes, I know he did. Lumberjacks. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee for this honor. It's truly something I never expected in my life. I'd also like to congratulate all the other inductees. I think we all share the same thing in common, having to deal with Matt Buha. That seems to be the common name here. But congratulations to you. I could not think of a better group to go in with. This is truly an amazing thing. I'd like to thank my girlfriend Pam for helping me out to stay on task. And Scotty's texts were always coming in, but they went to her phone, so that made that good. My brother and my sister-in-law are here, Tim and Karen. My brother, actually, when I didn't play hockey till I was 15. And I grew up in Jennings, and there was no high school hockey, nothing there. But I had Ray Harrison, who I was a baseball coach in Jennings, got me interested in hockey. So at 15, I decided might as well give it a try. At the old Plager Saber and Picard Hockey School, my brother gave up his summer to drive me there and back, and he put up a little bit of a fuss of it. But the biggest thing that I have to say is that it led on to my mom and dad. And like the people were saying, hockey was different back in the day. There wasn't a lot of rinks. There wasn't a lot of quality ice time. I grew up in Jennings. I'm 15. I really like the game, but I can't play high school hockey. I can only play for the Valley Stars. I played there for only 2 years. But to get extra ice time, I had to play senior men's hockey at 15, 16 years old. And there was a couple of those great places to play. But my father would sleep in the car in the parking lot at the old Immerfrost ice rink back in the days with Matt and all the Missouri Mules. And we'd skate from sometimes midnight till 3 in the morning. My father would sleep in the car. He didn't seem to mind after he discovered the courtesy drive-in and the slinger. That kind of made it worthwhile, got him out of the house. But by doing that, it gave me the opportunity to play with people that I wouldn't normally get the chance to play with. And the Missouri Mules certainly had a lot of good players and a lot of former Billikens. John Nestic, I think Doug Butler skated with us a few times. We had a blast down there. But that is where I got to know Matt Buha. Matt's the one that got me into this coaching gig. It was never on the radar. I was a mediocre player at best, trying to get one more maybe minor league paycheck, but that was about it. And I came back to St. Louis. The last team I played with here was the Afton Americans junior team. And Matt was the head coach of them, so I called up my junior team expecting trying to get a little courtesy ice. Matt let me come down, and we skated. I thought, oh, this is great. Skating a couple of times a week, had the weekends, got to play in a few little scrimmages with them. Went back, got hurt again, lights out on that side. And Matt called me back up on the phone and asked me if I'd come out. Now, how lucky is that? Never coached a game in my life. And I started out with one of the best franchises in St. Louis with Jim Jost, one of the people that I have to admire most in hockey. What he did for hockey in St. Louis is phenomenal. We also had people in that organization like Frank Ferrara, Dave Cooper, tremendous people, kept that team going, and it was first class. I mean, we flew. Most people were on buses, and we were flying around. Can't get over that. I was also blessed to have so many great people with the Junior Blues organization. Frank Runco, Doc. We had Jim Giason as an assistant coach with me, Mark Staub, and we had Bob Pauk. Bob, who's since left us, but Bob was with me during my coaching days in St. Louis every step of the way, and I will miss him. I sat down for a couple of days trying to figure out, why am I here? What made this all seem to work out for me? And it all came back to the same common denominator. It was the players. The players at that time in St. Louis were just getting going into the junior A ranks in Kalamazoo, Sioux City. We had Omaha. We had some kids that were actually leaving our program to go. And when they go, as a coach, those coaches would invite me to do their camps. Paul Picard in Kalamazoo, Dave Lorai in Sioux City, Iowa. It was a tremendous opportunity for me, but I didn't think it was going to go much from there. The reason I got those opportunities was the players. They did it all. I can't remember blocking a shot, scoring a goal, getting an assist, throwing a body check, doing anything except having the extreme privilege to stand behind the bench and tell them what I thought they should do. And above all, they did it. Are there any of my boys in here? I know there's some there. Is there anybody in here that's played for me? Would you stand up just so I can see where you are? Gentlemen, you're the reason I'm here. It's as simple as that. You did the work. I got to have the pleasure. Working with Matt and the junior team here in St. Louis was just just unbelievable to get your first coaching gig like that. I couldn't have been happier, and I'm so proud to be in here today with so many of the former players and former Junior Blue personnel. I tried to count them. It's too numerous. But it all boils down to Mr. Jost and the situation he set up down at the Afton Ice Rink for us and to make us successful. Matt, thank you for getting me into coaching. It was something that, when you're done, other things may enter the picture. But I got to travel with the junior team for many years, certainly the highlight of my life. Each and every one of you guys, I thank you. Thank you.